cool, right? Want to know where I got it?
Oh.
Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Hey guys, looks like we're live, I guess. We've just jumped into it a little bit late. I presume this is the pistol round being played out. The clean feed was a little bit slow to update. As we look at it 2 versus 2, Tricked obviously not getting off to the best of starts, with A-Core coming in for a retake and the bomb ticking away quite fast already. Doesn't look like he's going to get a whole lot done. Alright then. Cool, A-Core. You just take a quick double while I'm setting up the audio. That's alright. It's time for the defuse as well, I think. Oh, does he not? Wow. Yeah, like I said, doesn't look like he'll get a lot done. I knew it. I called it. Don't worry about it. 1-0 spread started off. Well, guys, welcome. Apologies for the little bit of a delay getting into it. Like I said, I went into the ads as soon as the clean feed did. They were just a little bit late. I guess the players are very excited to ready up and get us done. Losing by 0.01 of a second. That's going to be Tricked 1-0 down. Oh, excuse me. The interesting part about this, and I feel like we're all in for an experience here. Neither of these teams have played Vertigo in an official so far. That is a very evident based on the flashbang we just saw thrown. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know what surface it hit off either, but we'll look past it and just forget it ever happened. Moving into the map. Again, we can't really draw conclusions based on map favor, but what I will say is I'm actually looking towards Sprout as my favorites to take this. The main reason is the previous map played out so well for them, 16-13. No one bring up the voice crack. 16-13, it was so close, and then the previous, they looked really good on it, considering the fact that, I mean, we thought Tricked would be sort of the stronger team coming into it overall. It's proved to be a very close series. An overtime and a 16-13 loss by Sprout, but considering it's a map that they're not good on, Overpass, I'm quite happy about seeing that scoreline being so close. Starting it out now over towards the A side on the ramp, you've got Sprout occupying it, but they've gone for middle control as well as a player outside of B. So this could work out really well for them, just trying to drag the rotates and see if Tricked will take the bait. Flash goes over, Keto's not going to be caught by it. A-Core is 1 HP on the side. They just need to breathe on him. But he finds a kill nonetheless onto Keto. Rotate does the same to Dennis, and that is a 2-man advantage to play with for Tricked. This is starting to fall apart, although Searson opens up the A site. The bomb rotates over, or B site, sorry. The bomb rotates over immediately. This should be, oh, Searson catching low HP and finding a second as well. Really, really nice from Searson there. Playing over the lurk on the B site and opening it up afterwards. 2-0 spread. Take it, they do lose 2 players though, so overall an okay round for Tricked. But again, going in for their second round force buy that we've seen them do time after time, it's not going to help them. Because Sprout should have the chance to build up a little bit of extra cash, even on top of what we saw. Oh, nice spins from A-Core. Even on top of what we saw previously. Because really, they shouldn't be losing a player in a round like this. I've never seen that done before. 3 players stacked up on the crane, just sat there waiting to pounce out. It's a really nice, it's a nice innovation, but it's not going to work with the USBs, unfortunately. And so much money gained by Dennis there. The Mac 10 just built up the largest amount of cash for him. He's on 4.5k essentially. Flash just about reached Hunden. I thought he was going to be safe from it, but he's going to be cut off. With the AWP on A-Core as well, I like that they're playing so aggressive with it down towards the ramp. I feel like that's something that needs to happen, but at the same time, it's very difficult to do it when it comes to Vertigo. To get down that ramp can be dangerous, because if they're fast rushing towards you, you're in a world of hurt. They realize there that they don't want to re-peek, and you can see Trick just took a second to make that decision, knowing that there would be a head peek angle, but it took them a second to realize Flash is going to go over by the looks of things. Now Hunden actually goes through the back of the smoke. You can see that they are clearly very well versed with the map on an individual level at least. With the fact that Hunden knew he could walk out there and back in with the way the smoke was thrown by him, that he could back into the corner where was it a little dumpster, I guess? And it feeds back to the point of, just because you look at it and say, well, they've never played Vertigo before, oh, they're going to be terrible. Everybody's played it in scrims. Everybody's tried the map a couple of times, and you can be guaranteed they're practicing it a little bit. They might just not want to play it in a competitive environment, and in this case, I guess, if they're both pretty bad at it, why not just go for it? It's obviously not a comfortable ground for either team. So looking at 3-1, the other issue is that I hate the idea of looking at any Vertigo game and saying, just off the bat, like a broad sweeping statement, 6 rounds is good on the T side, 10 rounds is good on the T side, anything like that. I always judge it based on the team's performance previously on Vertigo and what we've seen from them, and in this case, that's very difficult to do. We don't know what sides they prefer, how they tend to approach them. There's literally no information on them. It makes it very hard to draw conclusions. What we can see, though, is that Trickter winning opening duels, but the trades are back for Sprout. They're quite spread out, but eventually decide to group up towards the B side. Hunden, thinking of going around that smoke, he's seeing if he can find an angle, realizes it's safe to cross over, and he might catch them by surprise. Boosting up, no, Keto catches him, in fact. He takes a little bit of a lie down. A-Core returns it on the AWP. Now Tricked attempting to get back in towards that bomb site. Spitty walks right into Bubsky through the smoke. The flash wasn't enough to blind him. And an easy kill onto Keto. He shot him in the shoulder, and that was enough to finish him off. 3-2. And now it's Sprout that don't have a lot of cash. They should be very minutely investing here. Just a couple of pistols and see if they can get a faster play. They know A-Core's been playing towards the A ramp, so I would be surprised if they don't try to group up there and see if they can do something early on. Maybe they've got a different read. The other thing is A-Core would also surprise me if he did play aggressively on the ramp. Fair enough. Because he knows the kind of buy that he's up against, but he still does. He goes up quite aggressively. This is something that I think a lot of teams fail to do, and I'm surprised to see it from these guys, is taking that ramp control. You know, a lot of teams will play super passive on the site. They're up over towards the back left construction and play the longer range angles, but Tricked are taking very retroactive approaches to the map, and I think that's very much needed. Find the second on a Favin. Should just be backing off at this point. You know you're up against pistols, and there's no point giving them the opportunity. So Tricked recovered, and this is a story we've seen quite a bit. Sprout win the pistol round, and then it kind of flips over and Tricked end up coming back into it, or they win a force buy round and take it 3-1 off the bat. I'm always interested when I see a Vertigo playing out, because especially with teams that are new to it, we see some different approaches, I guess, than... Like, you would maybe imagine that they will copy what they've seen from other teams. Although we've seen some botched nades and stuff, I think Tricked are the most impressive so far with their approach that they're taking. We've seen 2 kills off camera there. Roje takes Keto. We're focused on Bubsky trying to get aggressive down on the ramp. He lands one and bails out. Hasn't been spotted from the top of Forklift, but his cross back over is being watched by Searson, so he's able to pick up that frag and put them into a man advantage on the Sprout side. And for Acor, because he wasn't there playing aggressive at the very start, there's a little bit of a decision-making issue. If he goes aggressive to try and trade back or maintain control, he's got the op. It's not going to be likely that he finds more than one, and even still, they should be able to deal with him after an opening kill. Roje's coming up on top of the blue boxes. They should be ready for this. Favin, I think, is watching it. As soon as Roje stands up, his head will be right down. He takes a shot. Straight away shot. Not even by Favin, in fact. It was Spitty that took him down. But Favin was going to be quick to the trigger as well. And that's 4-3. They find the round. It was thanks to 2 opening duels that went down. And it Tricked's aggressive control of ramp didn't quite work out for them in that point. Looks like we're setting up for a B push. We've seen the glass broken up above. Although the bomb is actually maneuvering its way over towards the B site. Dennis opens up with a double on A. Searson above the smoke trying to catch an opening. But he can't find anybody just yet. And as Dennis eventually falls, it's going to be all too soon that they realize this has been a fake. And that the actual target is the A site. Acor catches one and indeed finds the kill onto Spitty. With Acor actually continuing to progress, you can see Searson just isn't ready for this. And I mean, why would you be? Eventually watching as he backs off, but he wasn't really ready for someone to peek that. Just kind of looking there symbolically to maybe get the reactive play. Favin coming up behind. Are they ready for this? They're back down on the ramp, so they should have a player looking up towards the side, but the AWP is currently peeking. Acor comes up and he's spotted and taken down. Not ready for Favin to be that close. Hard. Oh, that's not good. Second he takes out a Molotov, he's peeked. I love how when you light a Molotov and you die, it just falls to the ground on fire, but it doesn't go off. Curious. There's a nice flick by Acor. But I think most detrimental there was Searson back... Well, it's the position that Searson found himself in. He went up on top of the sandbags, then he drops off and starts running down the ramp. Obviously, he's going to be peeked out, and the fact is you're probably not going to have the reactions to take that down. Most people wouldn't. You'd have to really rely on Acor missing the shot. Acor, he's in a lot of trouble. Pistol rush towards ramp. This is what we imagined will come through on the previous eco that we saw from Sprout, because they knew Acor's been playing so aggressive. They realized that it's a consistent factor, and eventually they rush him down. They found themselves a lot of kills, but Spitty and Keto both still alive. The flank coming through from Shush, and he should find an easy time against Keto. Can't take him out because the armor still allowed him to aim and take him down. But 5-4, look, the damage is done. The CTs lose a lot of players. Sprout's direction is improving quite a bit. Let's get the English version of that pop up on. Like, that's a phenomenal round for Sprout. One that you don't imagine, like 95% of the time, it doesn't go that way. It doesn't even go successfully. This one's going to be aggression towards the stairs, and I think we've seen Tricked. We haven't seen them on screen do it, but there's been a lot of early fights on stairs. They're trying to take control, and I really like this approach. They're not playing it safe. They're trying to think, okay, what's the most important part of the map to us? Where do we need to seize control of in order to win these rounds? And again, you can really see the time that they've put into this map. This isn't just a, oh, screw it, we'll see who's... Sorry, we'll see who's the least bad, I guess. The best of the worst. No, they've clearly put a lot of time into this map, but Sprout are still having a decent enough T-side. And into the 1 versus 1. Searson moving around to the bomb site, looking for the bomb plant. He'll find it successfully. And a 1 versus 1 versus Hunden. He's coming in towards the right side. He hasn't got that info to play with just yet. Takes it to the crane, but there's a gap in the smoke that Hunden manipulates, finds the frag, upgrades to an AK. He might even... Oh, no, he doesn't. Does he know where there's an AWP? I think he should be able to grab one. There we go. Defuse easily obtained, especially as he's got a kit to play with. Nice and quick. Won't leave us waiting for too long. And 6 rounds on the board for Trick. Take a look at the economy for Sprout. It's a little bit shaken, but they should still be able to get their AKs out. Just somewhat limited in terms of utility. So I guess we can expect a slightly faster round. 2 smokes taken out already. Spitty can find another. Oh, Keto has one too. So 4 smokes. It's not too bad. Just in terms of the flashbangs and mollies, we're really, really limited. Nice nade going down early on. Look how much damage that's done. I mean, that is super underrated. There's a gap in that, though. That smoke hasn't gone as far as it needed to. They can see him if he tries to cross over, so he's still very much stuck in that corner. Hunden gets taken down, I think, because of it. Although the Molotov returns once. Josh is there with the... Oh, my God. The damage on the SMG. He's forced to tuck into the corner eventually, and he's spotted going in. So Spitty picks up a second kill. Leaving it into a 1 versus 2. Bomb picked up as well. It'll be brave to stick the bomb in that case. Tries to find a kill first, but not catching anybody off by surprise. Acor is the one eliminating him with the AWP, leaving it 7-4. Again, building up those CT rounds. And leaving Sprout in a position without the bomb plant now where they're not really going to be able to get a free buy. It's going to be quite costly for them if they want to take out weapons. They'll have a lot of weaknesses. I think we've got a terrorist timeout specifically to discuss if they want to go. They had a lot of success if you think back to their last pistol where they just rushed straight up ramp. Match winner 1.26 for Tricked. That is some heavy favor, but I think it's sort of warranted at the moment. Things that Sprout are doing seem very reactive based, and although they have a couple of small setups, they seem to be on an individual level. There doesn't seem like we haven't had huge executes or anything like that so far. We have the Searson peeking with the AWP down on the forklift, boosted up above, but that does seem to be just sort of he knows the angle, he knows the smoke, so he does it, right? But when you look over towards Tricked, they have very well thought through map control. And so it seems like they've put a lot more practice coming into this. Good flashbangs as well. Like, look at this. They've got their smoke down immediately. Starting to get a little bit aggressive. They can play around that. There's a bit of a gap for them to peek over, just in case anyone boosts up on top of the forklift. And there's a nade going through. That goes to the right side. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage. For Sprout force buying up, this is a very important round for them. If they lose this, then the house is really out of hand. Bubsky is lit up. Oh, he returns that firing back is very, very risky in that situation because he's so vulnerable to a wall bang, but he's distracting as Acor finds one on the AWP. He's being spotted coming down the ramp, sees them at the forklift, and another frag to be found. Sprout are just getting torn apart right now. Acor on a 3K. This is a force buying, and they actually have weapons, and it just doesn't seem like it. They've had very little access in towards this. Eventually they find the 1 kill, but like without the bomb under their control, with Hunden still sitting, like why would Hunden be there? You know, you can't expect him to be in that position. So that's a free kill for Tricked, just based on the positioning alone. And when you've got a 5 versus 2, that's when you can afford to leave players lurking at random parts of the map, even if you've got bomb control. It can often be more risky for that player to fully rotate than for him to just kind of chill out a little bit. Punched my mic, sorry. I wasn't trying to hit you guys. Sprout, I mean, do we really think Sprout are going to get a lot done? It's all on the Krieg. Keto picks up an opening duel, but he should be traded out. No, Acor gets target distracted as they run around. Molotov's going to stop the push, definitely for Dennis anyways. He's super low. That gives Acor time to set up, time to back off if he wants to. Cool, he doesn't. Favin didn't like Dennis. Dennis didn't push through the Molotov, so Favin punishes him. That's definitely what's happened there. Bubsky in there with another, so it's all on Favin. The poor chap has to clutch it all out. Again, just not too likely. 9-4. Decent economy built up for Trick as well, thanks to the fact that they've only lost 1 player in the previous round, and they haven't been losing a lot coming through them. Acor's only died 6 times, despite being, I think, the most consistently aggressive player. Sprout got another full buyout with Searson on the AWP. Tricked again, you can see already they're going for the aggression down towards ramp. It's a predictable play every single round. Aggression down middle's working for Sprout though. They've got a lot of control on the back of this. They need to win the fight against Honda, but the flashbang that he self-flashed in gives him the kill. Upski elsewhere lands one. And this is just falling apart. Although Searson returns a frag, Favin on another. Okay. This could work out for them, but dropping down there, just lands a couple bullets into Favin, and then he's inside a Molotov, so not surviving all too much longer. Searson on a quick shot. Acor tried to react, couldn't get it in on time. Searson swings around the left side and misses the quickscope. That's another round for Tricked, and another build up for the CT side. They're getting so close to that victory without even finishing out this half. And Sprout on 4 rounds. If they lose the pistol coming into the next, that could be the end. And this definitely isn't what you want from your first Vertigo play against a team that also hasn't played Vertigo in officials. But like we said, everybody has. They know the maps. It's not a case that these guys are coming in with their eyes closed, having never seen the map before. It's 10-4 on the scoreline. Lose an opening duel, and they lose a second as well. This is starting to fall apart for them over towards the A site. The first time we've really seen that ramp hold just be punished aggressively. Bubsky and Acor don't even get a frag. Immediately afterwards, Hunden falls. And this is starting to get a little bit crazy. Roj and Sjush. Okay, Sjush finds one. Keto was pushing B. He gets taken down. And then Sprout lose direction despite having 3 opening duels, all of which were towards A. They try to switch over to B. Okay, they've landed the kill on Stush. Now, if Stush stayed alive, that could have been the end of the round immediately. If he landed, like, one more kill. Then you would have seen Roger regrouping, but now Favin's coming up behind. Oh, no. That could have been very, very awkward. I'm sorry we saw that, Favin. But it's 10-5. Look, it's a small recovery from Sprout. I think at this point, you're looking a little bit better when it comes down to the next half. If you lose the pistol, you've at least got room to recover. There's good old Lennon. Lennon's our Russian commentator. As you can see, it says something underneath that no one is ever going to be able to read. That was my best attempt, and I would like to apologize to Lennon for whatever that says, that I've read very incorrectly. But he's a good guy. Great chap. So Sprout trying a little bit of control of their own. Spitty getting down towards the ramp, USP in hand. He's got the Cayman. P2. High 5, buddy. Tibbity tapping away. Spitty can't find anything. He gets eliminated by Stush, backing Dennis into a bit of a corner. He's got support from Searson, so at least they can't push all the way up towards the left side of the crane. Searson's just spinning around. It's made me dizzy. I love this camera angle. You're pushing with them. Bomb going to be planted in the close corner. Keto comes up behind. There's just too many T's there. They're all looking at him. Watching, waiting, but they're not commiserating. They're looking to be celebrating as they win out the round. Bomb planted down below. It like tucked in that corner is so difficult because you're open to sandbags, you're open to ramp. That's it. But you're open to a lot. And as you can see, Acor and Roje picking up the frags. It's just it's a really hard spot to play from. And with Sprout, they're looking very different to what we saw from the last 2 games. It's a much different ball game. Sprout going for the force buy. This is a very tricked move They've been doing this again and again. Like every pistol round trick they've lost, they've gone in for the force buy immediately, and they've won it. Yeah, but for Sprout, it's not so much. Hasn't been as successful. You can see they lose the opening duel, so Searson pulls it back a little bit. Flash goes in. Dennis, though, not able to get anybody. No one was flashed on the back of it. Spitty trying to get an angle. Again, not working out for him. Tricked. Just moving as a unit here. And there haven't been needs for trade so far. Eventually, Acor falls, so there you see a little bit of a flaw. No one was there to help him out, but they were a little bit too focused on going towards the bomb site and planting. For Favin now, it's a big recovery needed, and not going to be the easiest of situations to be winning. The fact that he's got the Galil as well will probably prompt him to save. You can see he's playing for an exit. Just hoping to catch someone coming down the ramp. Maybe upgrade that over to an AK or a Krieg. That's Trick taking it across the line on 12-5. The Force is not working for Sprout, neither are the pistols, which means this round almost definitely won't work. I mean, it's all USPs. A few upgrades can be made. Searson takes a flashbang, won't buy anything else because he's got the AWP on its way. That's another thing, like, in terms of the impact we're seeing from Searson on the AWP side specifically, it's nowhere near what we saw on Overpass, and indeed on Mirage before. And those are maps that tend to feed far more favorably towards Oppers. When it comes to Vertigo, we tend to see the majority of Oppers actually decline even taking that scope weapon. Hunden has saved over. He's got a USP to play with, and the logic there is that he'll probably be taking the AWP in the next. It's also just not needed at the moment. Oh god, I'm very sorry. I was my hay fever has not been treating me well this whole time. I'm actually dying on the inside. Bless you. Thanks, guys. Oh. Yeah, it's I was just away in a lovely place that has no grass, no pollen. I came back to this place, and it's all just grass. I'm in Ireland. It's just grass everywhere, which means you're just dying. That was the wrong mute button. It actually was. He caught me. He caught me off there. You see, when I play these things, a different thing comes up. Let me. Boo! Hellcase. Just dies towards the opening. Searson getting aggressive with the AWP. This actually feeds back into the point we were making earlier on about how ops don't tend to get on too well, but it counters it. Searson taking a different approach, and we've often talked about how he doesn't tend to be the aggressive player when it comes down to playing on the CT side. He's a bit more passive, and that's why we prefer to see him on the CT. And we're going all the way back to map 1 where I made that point, and now we see him adapt a little bit to the fact that maybe he does have to play aggressive. Shots landed by Dennis leads to another opening duel for Sprout, a 2-man advantage to play with Searson. Getting a look at how aggressive he's playing right now. Trying to hunt it down, misses the shot though. And Bunny hops out of there. Fantastic movement and a fantastic round for Sprout. This is what they needed to get themselves back into it. Only losing one player is so important for them. And again, look towards the scoreboard. The top performers, Searson, Dennis, and Favin. These guys have had a really good series. Map 1 was so impressive from them. And to highlight even further, yes, they didn't win the second map, but it was 16-13, and that is far closer than it should have been. Overpass is a much better map for Tricked than it is for Sprout. They play it much more. They play it quite well against high-level teams. Sprout tend to struggle to close it out against high-level teams. They still do. They've had good results recently. I'm not trying to take away from that. But they do struggle on it. Even if they lose it, it tends to be not the best of maps for them against some of the better teams. And also some weaker teams. So yeah, you would have imagined Tricked would walk away with a relatively convincing score, but they couldn't find Mirage. They couldn't, and that was with only one pistol round going the way of Sprout, which they were punished for immediately by losing the force buy and then this third and fourth round. We also saw them then on Overpass take it 16-13. This has been a really positive series for them. With it being their first official on Vertigo, it's clear that this map isn't working amazingly well for them. But I still feel pretty good about what we're seeing overall. Shots by Dennis. He's eventually going to be taken down in trade. And although Keto takes down Stush, the fact that Dennis is gone really weakens... Oh no. I don't know if they could see Spitty there. through the smoke. He was right on the edge of it. Maybe they could see a shadow. I'm not sure. I don't think they could have seen a shadow. Whatever it was, it's now left them in a big disadvantage. Searson inside a Molotov yet again. He pushes up aggressively. He hit the... What did he hit? He could only see Akor's head. And he wallbanged him, which I think was also only his head. But he must have, like, caught the ear or something. So it must have just about been a shoulder, obviously. But it didn't look like it. 14-6, and that's quite unfortunate. Spread, I mean, Searson in particular almost had that comeback there if he hit that shot. And that's going to be tricked 14-6. 2 away from a victory now on the terror side. And this isn't the kind of map where we're going to look at it and say, well, you know what? Spread are on the CT side, so they've got a pretty good shot. You know, if it was Nuke, I'm down for that kind of game. Although it would be against Tricked, and also Tricked being Danish. We wouldn't feel amazing, but I would be down to play that game of, you know what? Yeah, they've got an opportunity. Right now, though, I think this is GG. It's about saving face, get as many rounds as you can, and there's like a 1% chance you come back into it and win it. As a matter of fact, HLTV has a live probability thing built in now, right? Let me take a check. Reload real quick. It should have a live probability somewhere. Oh, it's just not there. Okay, cool. Thanks, HLTV. Just embarrassed me. Alright, awesome. Searson's able to find one and back off. There's still got a player out there, no? Oh no, Searson makes it back. He was the furthest out. Fair enough. Good advantage to play with. Spitty gets his head ripped off, though. Got to play around the corpse of their teammate. Searson, oh no. I'm surprised he's made it back. But they've fully left that position. 24 health left. Things just spiraling out of control right now for Sprout, with Bubsky finding that frag. Look at the cash as well. Sprout have no money if they lose this one. The Germans are in so much trouble. Favin gets flashbanged at just the wrong moment. He walks out and gets caught by it. He's going to try and catch the move to the side, and he misses the shots, leaving it down to Searson to 1 versus 3. AWP in hand. This would be an ace clutch. He finds one, looks to the left for the second. It's the right call, but actually he's tucked in now. Teammate's not there to help, but a flash goes over from Bubsky. It doesn't do a whole lot, but Hunden still finds the kill. What in the world is that? Why are there cats? There's Lennon again. Good man. If you like Lennon, go follow him on Twitter. It's at Lennon IWTV. I don't know what that means. It's probably a Russian thing. Why are there cats? That's obviously a Photoshop thing. I guess. I'm pretty sure there's not actual cats in the map. Spitting on the sandbags, it's not a position you see used too often. You can play around the smoke a little bit. They're not... oh, he's shot off now. I hate to see it when men shoot off too early, but that's what's happened. And unfortunately, Spitty's not able to find anything for it. He's left Tricked more than satisfied, though, as they'll be able to take the bomb site pretty much for free. It's only Searson coming up behind to try and catch them off. As Keto finds one, Searson could now be a huge thorn in their side. He's got to clutch it out. This would be huge for him with a deagle in play. He's ninjaing up behind them. They have no idea that he's here. He could find a kill, instantly pick up a rifle. He's blocking them. Oh no, Searson! Okay, he got the kill. It's an AWP that he's just picked up, though. Moving around, deagle in hand. They're just rotating to B. Smart play. And Shush was there to catch him off. It would have been so awkward if he didn't find the kill on sandbags. My god. Well, guys, that's it. We're done for the day. It's been one hell of a long shift. 7 hours later, all by my lonesome, but thanks for coming along and keeping me company. Congratulations to Trick. They make it on one little bit further, and we'll be seeing them in the grand finals versus Heroic tomorrow. I'll be taking you through that one as well, but I'll be joined by Jay, the beautiful Eternal Jay. We'll take you through that one together. Boom, I'm back. Sorry, Lennon. It's my time to... no. Go away. That's not me. I'm not Lennon, I swear. Anyways, guys, look, I hope you have a fantastic night. I'm going to be heading to bed pretty soon, so catch you guys later. If you've enjoyed the casting, be sure to drop me a follow on Twitter. It's !casters. I think we'll bring it up. It also brings up a Russian one. Just ignore that. And yeah, without further ado, we're going to call it quits for the day. Catch you in the next one. Catch you tomorrow if you're around. I think it's 6 p.m. CEST. We'll be going live with the finals. My God, how many times is it going to spam? I'm Mitch, so only pay attention to Moobot. I don't know why the Starladder Calm one is just going crazy.